Okay.
กระตุกแล้ววะ
Let's see if they can get there first. For Paper X though, in their
จะ
mind,
เป็นช่วงๆปะ
there's always been one goal and it's the grand finals, right? This team put together, went back to the drawing board to rebuild.
There was a great line from Devai, I think, in one of the interviews, talking about every
Okay.
time he sees the champs LA finisher in game, it haunts him. A couple of them actually just saw them brought up on map 1.
So again, you've got
Something
to
นานๆไปจะเป็น
truly
Demon
understand
One แล้วเนี่ย
hunger, and for Paper X, they've never really got that first place. Not when it mattered. So for them, probably the best chance they've had in a minute's time. But still, it will be Wolves on the attack, Paper X on the defending side. Something nice to stake his claim towards middle, but will be warded away.
ตกปะวะ
Back on the sheriff actually here. You see
เทสกระตุกโอเค
close and personal. Sean actually Forsaken caught on the retreat back.
Yeah, maybe not thinking John had filled that space yet, but there are still two players on this side of the map for Paper X. So Patman's still here. Jing's still on this side too. Slow and steady again for Wolves.
เรียครับน่าจะโอเคแล้วมั้ง
Back, but it's just going to end up being a brawl, isn't it? They're ahead of the smoke, but what's the util on the corner? There isn't any.
สวย อ๋อ แพทไปกลัว
Wolves keep the man to the good, and they get the sight for
แพทไปกลัว
themselves.
เมน กลายเป็นว่าตรงนี้มีคนยิงคนเดียว
But two sheriffs on the side of Paper X here. Could pack a punch here on the retake. For a spam, actually, the exchange back and forth. Still got a drone in play here for CUFAT BB.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
Wolves keep themselves tucked in on this. I think both potentially spotted yet, and that was huge for this. Something can't get
It's
the
okay.
shot. CUFAT BB off to a great beginning, but again for Wolves, you got to make it work on these attacking sides.
It's okay
Talked about that being the main objective on Lotus. He did deliver.
Enemy remaining.
He'll repeat it here once more. Something. He can't get that economy building, as Mimi mentioned. What he can get done with the
เห็น
operator
แม่งยืนแล้วกูข
side, always a factor.
ำไอคนไม่เคยยืนก็อยากยืน พอยืนแล้วมันแปลกๆยังไงก็ไม่รู้
Tools to really prevent that from happening. Fairly invested here on round 2 as well. Respect being shown to Paper X. It's only spring on a sheriff. Bulldogs.
มีดเอไม่มีดันเลย
Actually, with that round 1, CUFAT BB already halfway to the Hunter's Fury as well. So looking for further progress.
ดันไประยะหนึ่งแล้วก็โฮไว้อะ
But again, a reminder of that last map too. These rounds aren't free. When it comes to that second round, even if it's just a sheriff, even if it's just classics, Paper X will make something out of it.
เนี่ยถ้าโฮไว้เนี่ยแล้วเราตัดได้เนี่ยโอเมนตายแล้วเนี่ย
From Wolves, taking their time around the map,
ยังไงรู้ข่าว
doing their
แต่มันก็ไม่คุ้มเสี่ยงอะเนาะ
and CUFAT BB will be working towards
เราถ้าตัดไม่ได้ก็จะเป็น
I
5-4
imagine probably getting
แต่มันก็
priority.
ควรนะ เพราะว่ามันเป็นเราอีโคยังไงก็ต้องหาทำอยู่แล้วเล่นเสี่ยง
Caution needs to be shown. That deep haunt over towards B should have seen on the mini-map. Pretty indicative of no one's there and the connection of the knife. So they should be pretty locked in.
ไลฟ์อัพนะครับ
What's happening?
I have the spike.
Considering set piece here around the cage from Lysol, but
Are they cancelling on this?
30 seconds left. They need to find progress somewhere,
Dangerous
especially
for
with players like Jing tucked up. In a very deep position.
Whoa.
Laboured, but Wyu comes out on top.
Yeah, the paranoia goes into sight, so they should be able to kind of springboard through this. Unless someone wants to smoke, now you can't. Now you're held back. It feels like the anti-Paper X, doesn't it? But they still find a way through. Divide up and over the top, but at this point the plant's going to be in. So very difficult to find much surprise, even ahead of maybe that deadlock util. You've got to be cautious. Again, you can afford losing one player, that being Spring. The rest you don't want to lose, and Wyu took a risk, but he should be fine here. Yes, stability looking good. CUFAT BB going to be building very close to that. Oh, and a lovely round in the end.
ไม่ตายบอมว่ะ
We did have the spike, but plant coming through elsewhere. Still, fantastic progress made.
I got scared here though.
Very, very worried. Yeah.
ไม่
The
เช็ค
Bulldogs sometimes can be a little hard to tame. CUFAT BB not having that issue in that
apparently not.
regard. Sticking the spray.
ยืนอีกแล้วน่ะดูดิ
Now that purchase, especially with spring upgrading as well,
Wow, this is a nice spot.
makes this round 3 doable here for Wolves. Actually, 2 light shields on the side of Paper X as well for something and Forsaken.
They're fighting on every front though, Paper X here. Pressure down B main, pressure down cap, pressure on towards A main. It's a really risky ploy. I guess it does burn some of that early util for Wolves though, so there is that, and they're really committing the paranoia on that too.
Cover going out.
Spring on the opposite side here.
If Spring even comes out positive in any of this, it would be incredible for him. Because in the meantime, look at where the spike's going, Mike.
I think if he can show presence, or something actually. Forsaken's walked all the way up as well.
They don't know about Forsaken. Oh, it's a quick beheading.
อย่า
Get the follow-up on Lysor, and it might be the green light to go towards B. Still a player to hold his divider down low, but still standing and still breathing on 35. He takes YU out of the equation. Now starting to flounder a bit. You can see it with Wolves. This was
ส
only
วย
their
แล้วไว
bonus,
เล่น
but
ดี
still struggling to find
แบทแมนต้องได้นะ
landing on this up against the
โอ้
four
ไปมีดอี
remaining
ก
for PaperX.
เขาเห็นละ
That's going to be dealt with. You look at that mid lurk coming into effect too, but that's not going to find the value they want. And
Sure.
yet something clean within. Lysor still making something of this. Spring still got his paranoia. If he can get through here, oh my god, it's risky off the back, but still.
ถ้าดาไวตายอ่ะ
Now the smoke dissipates on. Oh! The smoke going down on CT opens up chance here. Divide tries to find that second before the paranoia lands, but 8 seconds now.
Last player
Stop
standing.
it, Wolves! One by one, they are taking down
Spike
PaperX, and
planted.
Jinx seems unaware of the possibility of Spring being so close. Smokes of his own and a couple of TPs. How do you divide and conquer this? I do not know. But all eyes drawn to that potential in the smoke. Jing steps forward, smoke goes down, and Spring finds him! Mike, I can't believe what I just saw.
Conversion on the bonus here. Talked about the threat with all those Bulldogs. It looks like PaperX initially come out with a win to catch this kill, but not just that, the information that Wolves
อเล็ก POV bro อเล็ก POV ไอ้นิดอเล็ก POV
for some key pieces of utility, key damage towards Divide in that initial exchange.
You can finally.
Pays off massively for Wolves. Get themselves the upper hand here to kick off map 2.
And I'm waiting with bated breath, right? Because that's a huge start for them. Because I feel like once you get PaperX on the attack, they come into their own, right? Able to control the tempo, kind of do what they please. But if you can stake a good claim for yourselves, the opportunity's yours. By you. Quick reminder that PaperX are lethal no matter the weaponry. And that is going to be an upgrade for something. Might pass that over depending on the shield situation, but still, good stall here. And
Oh yeah, drone cancelled.
massive. Batman. Is he
มัน
going to
ไม่
get to
รู้
live it?
มัน
There's
ไม่
a lot
รู้
of targets that will
อย่าไป
be
เปิด
sent towards, and yeah, grab. But Divine in the meantime, going to take down Juicy. Hold on, this is not completely secure by any means. They're in a 3v3, sure, but look at the issue I saw. See if a BB does have his ult, but I don't think he can get away from that.
มุมเดิมนะเพื่อน
So Spring waiting. Now sees that. Forsaken, are you aware? Going to be held up back towards heaven. The two players on site can focus towards short. Nice from Spring, but he goes down. And now something and Divine need to come together in this.
ทำติงออกให้วะ
Somehow figure it out. The deeper off angle from Lysor was lovely. Leaving Divine. What a shot! You got one more of those. You've done it before. You had the ace before. The man is a monster, but he's got to prove it now.
พูดไปเลยครับอ่ะ
Ice cold in these. He knows the time.
ขึ้นมา นั่นแหละ
What is that from Divine though? A bouncing shot, and once again doing the unimaginable.
The Red Bull clutch here from Divide. Continuing to deliver here today in this series.
Enemy. One enemy
God
remaining.
damn! Just give the man a sheriff.
Another 3-piece for him to add to the list. It's rough as well, the reset.
เย้เย้ come on นะเดวิดอ่ะ
Initially, but
come on
that position from CFAT BB to gamble. You can get a cheeky half defuse in, or you can go ahead and stick it. It forces the hand, especially with the recon bolt.
ว้าว
You
nice
start
layup
early
bro
on.
Now they start pressuring the point. Look at that deep line already adopted by something in that operator.
โอ้ย hungry bro
Sit towards that.
I'm so hungry now นะ
No one nearby now.
My ult is ready.
And the ult gathered too, so a nice early step, but a fast mid take coming out from the Wolves.
they wanna take mid bro
Potential to backstab this. I think they're reading into maybe.
They
some
wanna
big
take B.
presence. Yeah, we'll catch the
Mid-
backside of
mid
some
to
point.
B.
And the second player.
Ooh, that is bravery. Why are you swinging that? Forsaken doubling down. It's a mistake and a punish. Is why you will lap that.
and they
up.
can
And now that B side looks so vulnerable.
Flash will guarantee the cross. Juicy's going to find Devi as well. And actually, yeah, that might just be
Spike planted.
the white flag put up from Paper X here to hold on to these weapons. No point feeding into this potentially with Juicy. Close to that ultimate. Spring's actually already on the hunt.
Shadows
He wants to prevent any semblance of safety here for the remaining Paper X players. He's going to pick up a deep position in spawn though. There's still maybe a question mark if they're in towards market or in towards spawn. Well, they will progress any further, but yeah, usually you talk about discipline and that was a lack of respect to something.
Yep.
Yeah, did he even get a shot off? Why he was just so quick to that?
Yeah, they seem really aware. Again, this kind of, it's not necessarily that regional matchup at all, but, you know, scrim partners and the information on this ahead of that swing, it was really well dismantled.
Yeah.
Again, for Saken's fault as well, just felt it was too late to be going for that. There's no trade to be there.
I think, yeah, again, once you notice the drone that's come forward, you're not just swinging onto YU there. Again, it's almost an expected response here from Paper X. They deal with the trip. They want to post something on a much deeper sight line. Again, the Prowler's sent through as well. So it's actually Wolves that have the upper hand in terms of the information game. It's a question mark for Paper X, actually. Who's behind that? And the punish, unfortunately, there for them. Will leave them at a 4-1 deficit now. Timeout called. There's a purchase. Considering the rifles behind this, maybe want to make a play for an orb here for something to offset that slightly. Is Forsaken going to be riding their stinger coming into this, but already a fantastic start for Wolves. Looking composed.
Yep.
As well, just hearing from Faye talking about how much actually those days off have paid off, because they've had, like we said, with the comeback in Gen G, the resilience shown, that takes a lot from a team, even if they're all smiles and on their feet on the stage and stuff. Behind closed doors, no doubt, no doubt that reset absolutely necessary to continue here in Toronto.
Yeah, spot on. So for them, it is now just how long can you keep this up? How clean can you keep this game? So far with that one round, but of course did have that timeout. And here the ult's coming through as well. Something. YU's gonna have their number on this B side, but it feels like they're getting the right read here. But you're gonna go through the pit on this? No, brave enough to go for the ult orb, but that's about all she wrote. But that mid cross is dangerous now.
I think I did just hear something pop the knives. It's not necessarily looking like as bad a situation here for Paper X.
I must wait a moment.
They try and navigate their way round the pit.
Looks like it, right?
The TP back here
Shot.
from Juicy to potentially
so hard, bro.
collapse
Espot!
very quickly with YU Spring.
To do that to something, can we just like highlight the fact you're doing that to something twice now? He's been outswung. If you don't think these Wolves are gunners, you are absolutely wrong. But now they've manipulated the map well. Now they want to maybe hit that cross back in again. And this is where those stingers are going to start suffering. He's going to hold his ground. Paranoia primed and through. Tries to escape and he gets out at least for now. Patman's found Mike, Story's got support. Spring, see that beanie, they're just flying it towards him. Patman, go! How's he just gone 4 there?
มาแล้วเว้ย
Puts himself in a
มาเลยเว้ย
position
น้องมาแล้วเว้ย
and
น้องใหม่มาแล้วเว้ย
I need to watch that one back.
It just jumps down, able to get behind this so quickly.
Spike down mid.
Beautiful stuff from him.
The heavy machinery.
No semblance of comfort back in the coach booth whatsoever. Operator back in hand now for something. All stacked up in mid now. The smoke will obscure for the time being.
Who's next?
So Juicy going to try and pave the way. Actually, right, Red's it round the corner there.
And something seems unafraid at all, and he gets out of danger.
One mid.
Trying to combine it with a Hunter's Fury, but it finds no value really. And now Forsaken just stands.
Zero out bro
This feels like
What?
it's fallen flat here for
What are you
Paper
doing,
Rex.
bro?
Good read and a good idea.
Zero
It's gonna
out,
be
bro.
the hero.
Hey,
Second tool. Spring
guys.
up well towards Batman.
Don't peek,
Doesn't
okay?
expect to buy, so
Nice.
close. Great trade.
Let's go guys
And now just two remaining. Juicy and Sufat Baby in the 2v4, Mike. I mean, it would be a tilter.
I mean, they should find a straight 2v2 on either side here, but the issue being
เจ
something
สัน
is
watch mid นะ
posted up.
Nice scan bro
Again,
It's
not many
okay.
tools left to- actually,
just
not
watch
with that.
don't okay fake ว่ะ they fake อ่ะ
Trying to send it for the fake, I guess.
30 seconds left.
Nice idea.
don't
It's not going to dissuade these players. They don't need to
Yeah,
move.
Paper
Save.
can sit in this formation
they
now,
save
and I
bro
think actually
they
Wolves,
save
'cause they don't get a bite.
Yeah, it looks like a cancel.
I mean, why you 450, Spring 1350, and
10
Lysol
seconds left.
struggling to scrape together any funds here.
why stay like that bro
They're third.
hey bro how
Keep things honest in the start of Ascent. So see how the ultimates lay here. It's only a TP for Spring, and as you can see on Paper X now, absolutely nothing and a million miles away from anything, to be honest with you. So a slight advantage in that regard, but it's not much. I mean, Lysol going to be potentially the next key ultimate for the Wolves.
I've got to say as well, for me, good start seeing Patman find a bit of impact too. He's been a really good player for them.
Yeah, a quiet map one as well, so seeing him come online, certainly a positive.
Oh, Forsaken, got the timing so right.
Ah.
Good bit of spacing and training.
ไม่นะ
But the next layer to this
ไม่นะ
towards middle, but he's
โด
very
น
powerful
อีก
in
แล้
that.
ว
They want in on this.
นั่นแหละ นั่นแหละ สวยสวย
There. If they try and disrespect it, it's going to be brutal, and it is. Yet way too difficult on the way in. Juicy, what is that? You're 1 HP. You're not meant to be doing this sort of stuff.
only one
Spring left in a
only
1v2
one
as
spider
well.
main
So unwilling to deny that.
go 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 let's go guys let's go let's
As
go
well, both Jing and something.
He's got his paranoia, smoke, TPs. He's got a bit of kit here to play with, though, Mike.
It's left guessing.
They're fast
Potentially,
at this.
yeah, going to get himself a clean plant.
มียินเสียงอะ
Was traveling.
With the smoke towards CT kind of implies he's not expecting this wrap.
Certainly does. TP should be noted too. That paranoia. What do
Oh,
you
now
do
he's
with
going
it?
to know.
Yeah, a little interested on that, but the corner slow peaks ain't gonna get you past something, and he's gonna take a stand on that one. But it felt like Wolves were so headstrong in wanting to hit towards that B site, but the scaling up just didn't feel right there.
น้ำผมไหมน่ะ
That first kill was a Forsaken. Yeah, Forsaken gets caught here with the flash.
Revealing area.
Again, you look at the minimap at that moment, and there is a huge gap in the Paper X defense. So happens. I mean, Juicy picks up a little momentum, but that kill there, he was down to 1 HP, and the shorty connects from here. Just as the door is about to close. Potentially stealing that post plant for Wolves, to be honest with you.
Yeah, felt like it. And now Wolves starting to run dry, it looks like. Again, when we're talking about these sort of big stage games, it is that level of comfort on here when you're under the gun, because yes, they did lose out to, what was it, Sen early on, but beyond that, they've not really dropped a map for Wolves. They've been on that kind of momentum run. So now they're starting to hit that brick wall, right? You kind of expect it in towards these sort of games. The caliber just keeps increasing. I want to see how well they do in this. Obviously, they did great against Gen G. That, to me, was the tick in the box of authenticity.
Yeah, almost a turning point.
Yeah. Like everything else, I'd be like, okay, maybe people underestimated them. Maybe they...
Yeah, because you have that step up again for playoffs where it's like obviously the stakes get raised, and we're not talking about elimination for Wolves, but certainly the caliber increases, the pressure definitely correlates with that. And then you step into a series versus Paper X. Talk about Gen G being an international titan, but
Paper X, I mean, God, I said it
need no introduction when it comes to the international stage.
Truly not. And again, I think that because of their lack of, you know, let's say international trophy, that there has been that worry about them, how well they do, their expectations, but they are still a grand finalist team, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's just something that doesn't even need to be said half the time. But at this point, They've course corrected well. They've got everything back to where they like it. And for something, he's going hunting. He knows where the man is.
Yeah, Cam dealt with quickly. You see on the minimap as well, situation developing outside A site. Then the knife is going to have given that info across.
good play
Really juicy. With a
You know?
rifle here and
that's good play bro
all of that if you may.
This feels very classically Paper X as well, but a dangerous position for his sake, and he could get outswung here. And he is on his own because you saw the rotation route coming out from something, so times it well to back away, and that sees obviously giving it a couple of seconds and actually plays back in something. You don't often see fights this deep on the map, but welcome to Paper X, I guess.
Yeah, Paper X just don't want Wolves to sit back and set up here, preventing any rotation back towards the B side of the map. Pac-Man still commanding this space, and actually Knife will reveal everything if he threw it.
I mean, the timing was
Probably
right.
still knowing exactly what's going on.
Yeah, look
They've
at
got
this.
30 seconds left.
the snake bite and the fragment.
Oh, this is an awful sight to have to try and approach. Basically dry at this point. Yeah, Juicy still going to get Jing down, but we're... Okay, guys, you were primed for this. And Divine looks like he's trying to do everything himself. What on earth is going on here? Something that's unfair.
มาแล้วไอ้3ตัวล่างมาแล้ว
Skills on their side.
ตื่นหมดแล้วนะ
I'd say Wolves looking a little bit shaken by this.
Yeah, and I guess, I don't want to say lost for answers, but unable to really troubleshoot with some of these approaches that Paper X are displaying here on Ascent. Juicy, again, good for 2 on the way in here.
Yeah, surprise.
A moment
Enemy
where Divine can't ping down Spring.
okay
Watch party loving that one, but 5-4 we go back through. Buy back in play. And it looks simplistic in approach. It
they
looks
play so
direct,
far
and something looks to turn this operator
I got the spike.
into a shotgun. I mean, he's feeling himself here. It's a really risky play. It's now been... Oh! Great target selection! Catches Suzat Baby just in towards the Owl drone. And he's still standing. He looks like he wants to absolutely pop off here. And he is. One by one they come. And one by one they fall. Can he find that final man as well? Why you
อ้าวbro
try and take towards the site? But something's been dominant about this so far. The double swing. Position noted. Something's going hunting. Hungry for his 4-3 already in the round.
hello
There's not much to be done for YU here.
hello paper leg hitter hey what's up
Already a solid idea of where he's at. Paper X just want to decisively close out round 10 here.
No escape.
โลก
Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Something gets his 4th, and he is just getting scarier and scarier as the game goes on.
Like they're channeling into that 6th gear. Putting up now 5 rounds unanswered for Paper X.
woo nice
Oh,
Did start a 4-1 scoreline here. The tides certainly have turned. They're actually
Yes.
time out here for Wolves. And the opening stretch of Ascent.
เปรียบน้ำมาตอนนี้เป็นไงบ้าง
Desperate.
ตอนต้นแย่ตอนหลังดีมากเลยดีแบบดีโคตรอ่ะ
Hope for a 6-6.
คือแบบ ไอ้พวกที่หลับอ่ะไอ้3ตัวล่างอ่ะตอนนี้ขึ้นมาละ3ตัวบนเลย
it's not fade. This is
ยกเว้นจริง
Captain checking in with the boys.
ตื่นมา2คนละจริงยัง
That pressure starting to mount.
จริงยังแบบ
Because I guess this is the uncharted
เคย
territory
แบบ
for this team, right? It's
ไม่รู้อ่ะยังไม่ตื่นอ่ะโอเมนจริงอ่ะ
you know, coming up against opponents that you just
ยังไม่ลั่นแต่แพทแมนลั่นแล้วซัมติงลั่นแล้ว
defense. Again, this is where
ดาวไวกับเจสันก็คอยซัพพอร์ต ตอนเนี้ย
Oh yeah.
He's coming up with the goods here.
กูดเกมอ่ะเกมเพลย์อ่ะเล่นกันโคตรดีอ่ะ
It's all good and well to
Put
have those
mid
two
มาตัด
runs,
หนึ่ง
right? And it's
ดู
why
ดิ
we love them.
เดี๋ยวจริงยังไม่ลั่นจริงยังไม่ตื่นถ้าจริงตื่นนะ
The reality is
ยากอยู่
normally that fairy tale
วูฟยากอยู่
falls
เพราะว่า
short.
วูฟมัน
There's been
เล่นเป็น
very few
โอเมน
occasions where it's gone the whole distance. You could
ถ้าวูฟ
argue
แบบโดนแบบ
each
โอเมน
chance to bring
บายแล้วแบบ
everyone.
ทีพีเล่นป่วนๆแบบจริงสไตล์เมื่อก่อนนั้นนี้สัก
Paper X
ตอนชนะ DIX ตอนนั้นอ่ะ
fairy tale run in the past,
โหด
but they never quite made it themselves.
จริงโหดเลย
They
อ่ะ
have to face that reality
คือถ้าเกิด
now.
จริงลั่นก็คือเวอร์อ่ะ
How bad do you want it? Do you have
เวอร์แน่ๆ
what it
วัน
takes
เนี้ย
to push someone like Paper X away from
จ
something
บไว
they're
อ่ะ
singularly
ถ้าจริงให้เวอร์นะ
on? That grand final is what they want. Jing gonna draw blood. It's beautiful and juicy. Not getting what he needs there.
โอเค
And a tag or two, but
เกือบ
Forsaken
เมื่อกี้เกือบละ
with that something
ส
to
วย
follow up here. Why you will fall?
ถูก
No, actually, Rio Grande
สวย
Rex.
เห็นแล้วยังไงครับ
Yeah,
Just see Fat Phoebe now.
they're making it hurt, Mike.
And this is when it's rough to play against Paper X. They know when to
ทำเอาฟอร์
on pressure.
ทำเอาฟอร์อะไรวะทำเอาเพื่อ
Allow you any
คุณจะทำเอาทำไม
when he's saying that half as
เฮ้ย แต่อย่าลืม ทีมเฮียนี่แม่งชอบ
with no
บุกเก่ง ตีนี้บุกเก่ง อย่าลืม
Beautiful.
didn't even look like that was
บุก
gonna
เก่งอันตรายละเพราะว่าเรากันก่อนด้วย มันไม่เหมือนก่อนหน้านี้
Lovely from
ตีนี้บุกเก่ง
Paper X. And as said, the pressure starts weighing on the chest for Wolves.
ต้องมีคนบอกอะว่าให้ระวังตอนบุก
Still
Absolutely.
ฝั่งตรงข้ามบุก
But we can see
ยิ้มแห้งนะเมื่อกี้ยิ้มแห้งแล้วนะ ยิ้มเจือดแล้วนะ
his aggression again, something once that
แต่
deep
ก็ไม่แน่
line,
วะ
and he's got it for starters.
This is why it's so rough to play
ลืม
against
คิดอะ
Paper X, though, when they
ลืม
get
คิดถึง
themselves
ไอ้
there.
เรื่องอันนี้เลย
They know to not let up. Wolves can potentially find a 7-5 here. It will be.
Yeah.
Big tick in the box.
Oh, bang on. But that wherewithal, that discipline, that capability in the high pressure games now is the biggest test for them. Looking a little fraught here so far. Last couple of rounds just
Calling down.
not quite been in the wheelhouse. And again,
Don't
the timing
say.
of these knives.
โดนสาม
Right,
Wait.
to prevent anybody
โดนว่าอยู่
seeing
ล็อก
the smoke, even though Divide on watchful guard
เช
here,
ล
tucked into logs, because Paper X can sit in this formation.
Oh god. I mean, Device just he does get caught playing ahead there. That is one thing that's
รีบ
working.
เล่นไปหน่อย
He tried to lean a little forward, gets punished. But Forsaken, the Guardian in this one, keeping them at bay. And look at who slipped towards the site in the meantime. Jing still here, doing the dunk, does it well, takes down another. Forsaken popping up with
มา
20
ชัวร์ว่ะ
seconds.
จอ
The
84
leader for the Wolves side has to stand and he can't. Falls to Forsaken.
อ๋อหาท้ายด้วย
Such a
sure.
commanding
Okay.
scoreline.
Really is. Wolves' resilience will be tested once more.
เจสันเอาให้แล้ว ทุกคนเอาให้แล้วตอนเนี้ย เหลือจริงถ้าด่านนี้เหลือ2 คน เหลือจริง เหลือจริงกับ ดาวายที่ยังไม่เอาให้นะด่านนี้
A huge deficit to come up against.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out now for Wolves. This is a tough scenario. Paper X
อะไรหลุดวะ
in their goal, eyeing up that grand final, but they're not there yet. One more half stands in their way.
ที่อะไรหลุดวะ
Prepare themselves. And it seems like we're about to send it over to Van Silly.
ของกูหรือของในหนังเอ้ยของกูหรือของในแข่ง
Thank you so much, Pansy and Hyde Park. We
Batman
haven't
Mama.
won the game so far, but I'm joined on the floor right now by Sid City. Toronto, give it up to
ไม่ใช่
Sid City.
ใครวะ
Sid City, how are
ที่
you
สัน
guys?
ต่อยอากาศล่าสุดจริง
The energy in the stadium is insane.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the last time we had a chance to speak with each other, it was during an Americas matchup in LA. What's the vibes like here in Toronto? And
เขาคือใครอ่ะ ซินซิตี้
I think it's insane.
ไอ้แค่นั้นอยู่อีกแล้วนะ
West Coast and Canada
ดูดิ
hasn't had an event like this in a long
ไอ้แค่ส้ม
time. And Los Angeles always has events like this. So the crowd, I feel like you guys are like super
เฮ้ย
excited
อะไร
to
อ่ะ
finally be here in person and watching the games.
โอ้โห
Like you guys are
กูไม่อ่านกูไม่ขอบคุณด้วยคนเนี้ยเขาคือใครอ่ะ ซินซิตี้อ่ะ
He has some experience playing in game changers before, so you have an eye for skill. In this matchup so far between Paper X and Wolves, who do you have your eye on so far?
Okay, honestly, at
เฮ้ย
first I
ขอบ
was
คนดีโด
gonna say this, but after
เนอะ
that
มัน
ace
คืออะไรวะ
with the deagle, on that diffuse round,
ยาลู
Divide.
โอ้ยสัตว์
So does that mean Divide and Paper X are taking it serious?
เอ้ย
Yeah, I mean I got PRX
อันนี้คืออะไรพี่มิก มันคือตัวอะไร คอกโคดิโลเนี่ย
make it a close match, but I think PRX is
เร็วๆ4 คนครับผม
close it out. I'm sorry, Wolves. I'm sorry. You've been great though.
Well, Wolves, you know what to do. It's time to.
เอา
Thank you so much one more time.
แม่งหอนแล้วอ่ะ
Back to the game.
ล่าสุดแม่งหอนแล้วอ่ะ
Van Silly sending it on that. He's
Keep
such
you
a
down.
bold man. You
I
know what I
think
mean?
he's actually been rehearsing that for
เดี๋ยวละเคสติดเจ็บ
That's what I've been hearing.
เอาแล้วรอบนี้ไม่พูด
Yeah,
โอ้
fair
ดู
play,
ดู
and
ดู
they're going to need a couple because 4 rounds isn't many, right? Paper X sat on 8. I mean, see on the Coinbase Econ report, kind of just the
80
lay of the land really.
ดู something เจ็ดเลย
Something show in my mind.
something ไม่มองเจ็ดจริงๆเว้ยเจ็ดวันทิกอะ 80.5 เล่นแต่ออฟ
Yeah, and I
ออฟ
think
อย่างข้าง
the issue being now coming into the second half, you see the string of rounds.
แพทแมน 4K จริง
It's been collected by PaperX. Wolves haven't had much of a say in some of these
อะไรอะ
matches. Yes, coming down to
ถึง
maybe a 1v1 here and there, but all the crucial kills.
PUBG แวร์
As if they went
ไม่รู้
PaperX's
อาจจะเล่นวาโล
way.
ขี้เกียจเล่น PUBG วันเนี้ย
Started
ไฟวาโลมา
scoreline.
พอเล่นอาจจะเล่นวาโล
Now
ไม่ต้องรอก็ได้
for a pistol and a round two can often
แต่ยังไงตอนนี้ก็ไม่น่ามีใครเล่นแล้วปะ
fate of a
เที่ย
team.
งคืนแล้วโอเคจบ
Juicy on the line here. First contact made. That's 2 players. And a third now. No.
ทิ้ง
info. See that BD is being bold
อ๋อไม่
about
มี
this.
ใจ
He's
ข้าง
been
ล่าง
revealed.
ไม่
He's
ยาก
been just about everything.
เนี่ยแพทแมนพีกเนี่ยตายเลยอุ้ย
Yeah, I think initially there the
Have
further
three on this.
opportunity implied that PaperX
งอม
follow through, but
เล่นไปเถอะ
catching on CU BB.
เล่นไปเถอะ
I think there's potentially
มันก็มีค่าเท่ากัน
stack.
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวนะ
Timing on this.
เมื่อกี้มันบุกเหรอ เรากันเหรอ
Lovely
กูนึกว่าเรา
timing
บุ
on
ก
that, but something is free.
กูนึกว่าเรากันมาโดยตลอด
Some serious work. Spring's already down low. Now even lower. Cleared. Forsaken. Divide. Trailblazing their way forward. The A site is their goal, and the plant's going to be in.
อย่างนี้ก็สวยเด้เพราะบุกได้แค่4
Fat BB. A 2v4.
เลือกแมปมาด้วย
Couple of members of PaperX tagged up, but
ดาวายา
certainly doesn't
จอ
swing
พีค
this
ไม่เข้าเรื่อง
favor.
ทีมนี้
Overcome the odds
น่า
here.
กลัวอยู่
PaperX just poised for anybody to step out. That's it.
Okay, it's not over.
Ah!
Ryu's going to come into this as well. Jing's quieted him down, but Sufat Baby's going to see both players basically. He's got to know where they are, but he can't do enough. A desperate attempt to get them back here. But PaperX take another step in the right direction.
go to lower bucket นะ
On the brink of double digits. Again, as soon as they find, I guess what they perceive as a
Nhưng
point
nôn
of
quá.
weakness, they follow through. Wolves not able to even backtrack. Well invested here.
ว่าแล้ว เพราะว่าจังหวะเมื่อกี้ไม่งต้องมีทุบโต๊ะกันบ้างแหละ
Don't want to leave anything up to
เกือบแล้ว
chance.
เกือบทุบแล้ว แต่ก็นั่นแหละรู้ๆกันอยู่เฮ้ยกระบอกนี้
Batman.
กระบอกนี้คุ้นๆว่ะ
Actually, Wolves set up in a little bit of a stack here. Flash in's only going to slow down the inevitable, it feels. Maybe toying with the idea of contesting that orb, but
อันนี้แย่อยู่ เสียดายแล้วด้วย
I think PaperX probably smell
Yep.
something.
There's a trap around that corner, guys. I'm pretty sure. Feels weird over there.
ไม่ได้ดีนะ ตอนเนี้ย
Something looking to farm.
ดูของเลย
It would be a prize possession garnered.
I was curious there if Forsaken was going to show some
เอาเรื่องหนึ่ง
on the other side of
ส
the
แกน
map.
ใช้ไปแล้ว
It's just license,
8 และ
but
2 แดดไม่มี
actually,
แดดเจ็ดไม่มี
it's calling a
เพราะฉะนั้นเล่น
That's one. There's more.
มันได้อยู่แหละ แต่แบบเพราะว่าปืนอ่ะ เข้าใจคำว่าปืนไหมนั่นแหละ แต่แบบไม่ได้เวอร์วันซ้ายละ ดูให้อยู่ เล่นเลย นั่นแหละ
PaperX looking locked in
จบ
here, Mike. They are pulling no punches.
เย็ดเค
again showing diligence this time
30
around.
seconds left.
And that's when
จริงดูซีทีดาวายดูมาร์เก็ต
flips the switch. Wolves the ones to
เป็น
let
มาร์เก็ตแล้ว
kind of to sweat.
อีก2 คนก็รอซัพพอร์ตเพื่อน ดูซีทีปะ
Almost a second guess themselves, but Jing a third found and a 10th on the board for
ทำไมกูกลัววะ
This buy round
ทำไมกูกลัววะ คนดู
That's it.
is
กูรู้สึกกูกลัวแปลก
for
Kind of
Wolves.
it.
And this bonus even bigger for PaperX if they can find it.
Enemy remain.
Only the one casualty.
That they gonna cry, bro.
So they come into round 3,
ๆ เด็กก่อนนะครายบร
flushed out in terms of the inventory.
What the hell เด็กก่อนนะคราย
Sheriff through here. It's Forsaken and Jing closest in terms of this ult cycle.
อย่าหวั่นไหวดิ ไอ้เชี่ย
No for Wolves.
มันเปเปอร์เล็กคอตอนเนี้ย มันรู้สึกอย่ารู้สึกถึงพลังพลังที่กูมองไม่เห็น กูจะได้เก็บไหมเนี่ย
Trying to retrieve one ult.
Yeah. Couple times of asking. All good.
But But don't have control over towards A main, so.
A little bit cagey as a start, isn't it? You can see the.
I mean, it's a huge ultimate to have in the bonus.
ถ้าเดินเข้าไปตรง
You know they're
เอ
gonna
ช็อต
walk up for this orb.
ถ้าเดินเข้าไปจริงๆอะไหลยาวๆแล้วนะขึ้นเอแล้วนะขึ้นไปสปอร์แล้วนั่นตอนนี้ไหลขึ้นเฮเว่นแล้วกำลังไหลขึ้นเฮเว่น
Peel away.
ที่สันใช้พาวเวอร์ไม่คุ้มเลยว่ะ
If you're looking at Wolves side, they cleared B main. So they might leave
ตอนนี้รู้อยู่ว่ามาเก็บออฟ2ที่พอเก็บเสร็จ
He's gonna try and pop
ตอนนี้ต้องหาตัด จังหวะที่หาเก็บเมื่อกี้ก็ต้องหาตัดเหมือนกัน อันนี้เหมือนกำลังจะเซตอัพเล่นช็อต
Somebody out. They don't want to walk into this choke point.
อันติ
No, and that's gonna
เอาโดนสกิลเพื่อนเอง
And it could
เทคช็อตได้ไหม
juicy.
อ้าว
But job done and Lice
มีคนไม่พีคนะครับ
to hell. He drags down
แปลกๆว่ะ
The Wolves aren't done yet. But Forsaken captured and held in place. The spike now left loose. With 20 seconds, he's got to
ไอ้
make
เหี้ย
a
เอ้ย
out of
ซัม
this.
ติงติดเล่น ไม่ใช่ติดเล่นเลย
Forsaken.
I have this fight.
Not
Oh.
gonna get it. A
ซัมติงติดวายพีคไปหน่อย
Three left
ไม่มีคน
standing as
ตาม
well. Just an armor or shield to repurchase here for Juicy.
ถ้ามีคนตามเมื่อกี้แค่นั้นละ
Again, that was the bonus. So
เนี่ยเห็นปะ
Apex is going to come back in, and because Pac-Man only brought a sheriff to the
เอ้ยไอ้นิดอเล็ก POV ไอ้นิดอเล็ก POV โบ
and repeat.
Give me.
Not out of the
Can you
woods,
give
just
me?
cannot
Welcome back.
get the ball rolling.
Welcome back นะทำมาถันนะครับเนี่ย Welcome back อ่ะ รู้หรือเปล่าเขารู้หรือเปล่า พูดแล้วอันนี้นะโดนนะ
Don't stop. Even in their losses, they will still play confident games. And something taking space. Solo Endeavor. 2 players on the other side. See if that BB
ไม่มีใครดู
Lice
นี่
playing top
ซัม
mid
ติง
off
เล่
the
น
back of that
อัน
trip
ตราย
placed in as well. So they've got a lot to play off of
รู้สึก
here.
เลยรู้สึกแปลก
Difficult scenario. Pac-Man on that deeper line in case someone does swing. And it's got to be those early protocols being cleared.
I mean, it is Duelist's nightmare to play into this
Yeah.
kind of position. But Slice saw bouncing with death here.
Still have that trip. So they can still have confidence behind that. But they've read it wrong to an extent, right? They're kind of falling for this fade pressure on towards B main, but we know where it's heading. Paper X are once again eyeing up this A site. This is brutal. You got Juicy still here, you got Spring still here, but Paper X are right at the door now. And away they go.
ๆอ๋อทำไมมองมุมนั้นวะ สโมกตรงนี้ก็ไม่มี ทำไมไม่รอสแกนก่อนด้วย เนี่ยเขาเล็งตรงนี้ก็หมดเดินเข้าเลยสวยโอ้ย3-3สวย3-2ใจเย็นๆแลนติ้งรีเซ็ตบรโอเค
Going to be coming from heaven here. So you fat
โอ้
baby.
ไอ้เหี้ยแล้วจริงแน่นอนนั้นอ่ะดูจริงเลย
Nobody from Paper X
เล่นอันเดอ
overstepping.
ร์
They're tucked in right now.
ได้อยู่แหละแต่เนี่ยดูดิเห็นปะอ่าจริงกูจะเล่นแล้วน่ะเห็นปะโอเวอร์เลดแล้วนั่นน่ะจริงอ่ะ
X-ray though.
จริงอ่ะจริงโอเวอร์เลดนะไม่ใช่ไม่โอเวอร์เลดนะสวยยื้อสวยเกือบแล้วมันกลัวมันพีกอ่ะไม่ใช่หรอกไอ้จริงอ่ะ
A tough loss here.
มีแขนก่อน
Like you said, with the bonus being as well invested as it was,
One enemy remaining.
now seems
อ้าว
daunting.
ต่อไปอะไรครับอีโคดาวใครขึ้น12กันก่อนขอขึ้น12ก่อนหรือเปล่า ว่าจะน่ากลัวว่าจะเนี่ย
Paper X. Maybe a chances existed and died on that first map, but they're not out yet. At 11-5 though, you can start hearing that music play, can't you? That 12th round looking
สแต็ก A
likely, but in its way,
อันนี้คือเล่นโยนแล้วนะเนี่ย
Sheriffs, Ghost, and a team with a whole lot of hopes here. But for Paper X, they've got their own plan in mind, and that's a big investment and a big shot. Lysol lands it, so Jing's gone down. That's a weapon.
3 ตัว
Yeah, Paper X
แต่ไม่รู้ว่าใคร
position to capitalize
รู้แค่ว่ามี
on
Sova
it.
Deadlock
So thin. Spike not committed anyway just yet. So that man advantage will stand for the time being. No weapon recovered though for Wolves. Oh.
Nice from Patman, big kill
อ
there.
ยากให้ไป
onto
บี
Juicy.
จริงๆเว้
And
ย
Knight should
โดน
reveal
สอง
at least one more. So do they need to turn away from this? Or do they just keep stepping forward? It feels
อันตรายอยู่
a
นะ
little headstrong for my taste, but it's Paper X. You kind of know what you're in for here.
เพราะจริงจริง
Lysol was
ตาย
the one
แล้ว
to do the damage.
ต้องเดินขึ้น
Looks
Heaven
like
แหละ
trail up
สวย
towards Heaven.
สวย
Something bulldozes forward. Why you?
เนี่ย
Great
เนี่ย
shot.
สวย
21 seconds.
โอ้
And Lysol still
อันเดอ
standing.
ร์อันเดอร์อัน
Has
เดอร์อันเดอร์
to go above and
โลหนึ่ง
beyond
คน
here.
อย่าเอาตัวโลไปก่อนแล้วกัน
He's doing
เฮ้ย
the
เฮ้ย
dance. Oh,
เฮ้ย what the movement bro
try and land those shots. Sufat BB was so far away.
มีแฟด
Batman is low. Forsaken is not. I know. Oh, Hail Mary! Oh, for a second, I thought it was possible.
ตั้งการแล้ว
But 12 found.
อันนี้คือทำย้อมใจตัวเองนะครับที่ทำอย่างเงี้ยย้อมใจตัวเองว่ากูพลาด แต่กูทำย้อมใจมั่นใจนะไอพวกนี้คือคนมั่นใจนะครับ
This time, Paper X able to wait out,
ปัญหาคือ
navigate their way into this defense.
ตอนนี้ภาวนาใส่ร่างให้เป็นแฟนาติกเพราะแฟนาติกยังไม่เคยเจอเปเปอร์เล็ก
Need it comes down
เพราะฉะนั้นจะแก้แผนยาก
once again.
ถ้าเกิดจะมาถ้ามานะ
Undetermined
ถ้ามาชิงแชมป์อะ
finances here.
เพราะวูฟก็เจอแล้ว ถ้าชนะนะ
Their heads. The side of Wolves
วูฟ
actually
เจอแล้ว G2 เจอแล้วมันสามารถแก้กันได้เว้ยอย่างเงี้ยเพราะฉะนั้นอันที่ซอฟที่สุดอะเซฟที่สุดอะคือเฟนาติก
chance to see them. Juicy, Sufat BB. No command here from Patman.
Okay. Anti-setup though, which is nice. So they're still going to get a bit of a reward from this, right? It starts feeling very, very likely. Layers of ults though. Lysol could be in trouble here. Sufat BB trying to get on site, but Juicy goes unattended, unchecked, and he's rewarded. Great kills on two. Finding more would be mythical at this point. But for Paper X, they are left in tatters. Mike, I don't know if they could do it with just these two players. Desperation
Why?
from Batman has got his man, but Wolves stayed.
เล่นไว
Feels like the
ถ้า
inevitable with 3 still alive.
Clinging to life here. The
ทำเอาตอนนี้ก็ไม่ได้ด้วย
the catalyst for Paper X, they know.
ถ้าทำเอาตอนนี้ให้ฝั่งตรง
Have to
ข้าม
find
ด้วย
the
เลย
site then.
ยากว่ะ
I think Patman what down to just a lick of HP.
Yeah.
No chance for them to
Mid
sit
to
back and
B,
try and
bro.
defend that, but
อุตกะอันนี้ก็มีทูบีอันนี้หว่า
really the one
แต่ไม่
to
มีใครมอง
stop this from spiraling out of control.
One enemy remaining.
Second ping paying off there.
Breaks the money.
Yeah, it does.
ทำไมไม่มีตังค์วะอ๋อตายหมดเลย
I say ult. And it's a scary one with
เนี่ย
something.
คือรู้อยู่แล้วอะว่าแบบ
Good map
มิด
here.
เนี่ยมีแท็บ
Can they deny him now? Can they stop it now? Spring forced
เรี
away
ยบ
looking a
ร้อ
little
ย
shaky, but
คือรู้ทั้งรู้อ่ะ
It's caught on the trip. Nobody
ไม่เข้า
broke
ใจ
it.
อ่ะ
which is a little bit worrying. That could
มิด
be
แต่มีแท็บแน่ๆหนึ่งอัน แต่เขาก็ยังจะไปกัน
I
อ่ะ
guess
มิดอ่ะ
main part of the piece.
Yeah.
ไม่เคลียร์ด้วย
Like I said, it's a
เลยไม่เข้าใจ
duelist to play into this composition, but you really need that second or third man in line to
Oh,
deal with that sort of thing here.
เห็น
Juicy
ปะช่องโหว่เยอะมากเลย
Jing handily.
a bit worried there that he'd found like the dream gap to try and punish, but not to be. So Paper X try and do what they can, and Wolves aren't allowing it. Patman does well towards sight.
Enemy remaining.
Sufat BB still on the back lines. Doesn't need to overextend himself. Waits for the swing. Wolves control this well, Mike.
Double digits. That's where I'll start
That's when we
believing.
start. Yeah. It takes one round. Paper X up to 12 here. And that is a frustrating one for something.
Yeah, again, just looking at the minimap, there's two members here down in Arch. It's time to happen. And again, I'm not saying dealing with a trip and something goes wild there, but
Yeah.
Bladestorm invested in that sort of round in
มันไปอยู่
particular.
เดี๋ยวกันวะ
You never want to see a jet
มัน
have
เซ็ต
to
วอลกับ
invest
เซ็ต
a knife to deal with a trip,
แท็บลายเดียว
especially
กัน
with
เหร
two
อดู
people
ดิ
in close proximity.
Find you.
แม่งเลยไม่รู้ว่าแบบโดนหรือไม่โดน
Necessarily a big
มันเป็น
deal,
มุมพอดี
all things considered.
Back to
Long
work
miss it.
though.
Looking for revenge up here.
Yeah, this time he wants in.
What
Sufat BB playing
Right,
top
right.
mid. Looking at the rest of the
Man
team,
set A shot,
figure
man.
out a bit of a default coming out from Paper X. Maybe trying to catch some of the aggression.
วอล
He's got to be cautious as well. Going to spot out
ที
Lysol.
พีผ่านได้นะคะ
And this is a
แต่ถ้าทีพีเข้าคือสกิลขึ้นเลยทันที
potential
Made
trouble. Does have his paranoia if he needs it. Investment of the ult going to come down on the other side of the map though. Juicy's going to clear and give away that there's no one here, but they don't know about Jing. He's been able to slip ahead early. They don't know about Jing, and now you do. Like a knife to the heart, but Spring on his back. Trying to what? Oh, Spring! You are a man!
เอาเพย์ว่ะ
Spike down.
เจอเอาเพย์
Absolutely beyond all expectation, but it is a 2v2.
อันตีทำไม
It's not over yet.
อ๋อเนี่ยโอเค
It's picked up.
โอ้กูหิวเลย
Plants coming in.
Look at the pit as well.
Oh my god, this is going to be down to the wire, isn't it? Divide disconnected
รู้
towards
แล้วว่าเอาไว้เล่นนู่น
You have Jing
วาง
tucked
ขึ้น
towards site. Spring.
Oi,
Oh my
just missed him.
god. The timing, unbelievable. Spring trying to play the game.
จริงเดินกลับไม่เอาเพื่อน
Hang on,
Well,
they
Ding.
given up the position.
This could be a mistake.
เนี่ยมึงวางปิดนะเพื่อนทำไมวางปิดอ่ะ
And now you're looking at Jing.
Wait.
Divide strikes first. YU holds on again. Can he take down Divide? He absolutely can! Out of nowhere!
จริงวางปิดไอ้เหี้ย
Dig deeper.
ทำไมจริงวางปิดวะแล้วลงไปเล่นข้างล่างด้วยกูไม่เข้าใจ
Tease it up. YU closes out with a Red Bull clutch here to keep.
อันนี้แย่แล้วอันนี้แย่จริง
I can't believe that. Look at this round. This from Spring.
มันควรชนะแล้วเว้ยเมื่อกี้
You know it's a mad play when even Paper X don't expect it. You know that's a mad one.
Don't interrupt.
3 bullets left
Christ.
for YU.
That's the killer instinct I want to see, though. To be able to do that.
JJ you see JJ
And I gotta say, it frustrates
JJ.
me. So they give up the pit. They play themselves out of line of sight of the spike. Yes, it needs a miracle, but it's Wolves you're talking about here.
It's still only 8 rounds. We said we start paying attention at 10. They've broken the bye, but it's still Paper X. They can do it with classics. But something seems so unwilling to let go of this mid pressure. He wants it so badly. So Juicy's got to be careful. There is a
แม่ง
world
ซื้อออฟ
where
แล้ว
he
อะ
can get timed on this one.
คิดเอาแล้วกัน
Stingers, very, very deadly.
แย่ไม่แย่
We're going to go down. Camera here. Doesn't need to overstay his welcome. Could do with some support on CT, though. They do have an open path straight across. Divide going to deny that. No one's going to be able to help out YU here. Does get to at least evade the siege, but they are right knocking at the door.
CT.
Paper X have a way forward.
No damage done just yet towards the side, but actually now YU going to have his hands full.
Oh,
So
outdone. Paper X making something out of nothing, and maybe a mistake made by the Wolves. Plans looking like it's coming in. You're looking at that late mid lurk as well coming out from Jing. Juicy tries to make something of it. Takes away Forsaken, but the number's still good. Paper X hold the advantage here. Divide could be timed in this, though. It's all going a little topsy-turvy.
สวย
And of course, this is the round to do it. Lights
อย่า
so much of.
เพเซฟวู้มาดิเฮีย
Round by round. Kill by kill.
เสือกชนะวินิโคไอ้เฮียกูไม่เข้าใจ
That final stop by that
Check by check, bro.
is
Come
the
on.
win for Paper X.
Come on มาดิวะจริง
Further elevation on the side of Paper
ชอบเล่นหวาดเสียวไอ้เฮีย
Quickly become a
Nice.
here in Toronto.
nice
Still got to come away from this series with their heads held high for your Wolves.
Absolutely.